ActOutGames.com here, and today we are going to be asking you guys for suggestions for our podcast. If you guys don't know what our podcast is already, we have one called Validate Me. I'm sure you guys have seen it be uploaded on our channel.
Fridays?
Yes, on Fridays. And me and my dad will show each other both something we love but the other person is not into, with the hopes that they will think it's cool and validate us.
It's usually media,
Yes.
right? So movies, albums, video games we've done. What other kinds of things do you think? Books. We could do.
We're going to do a lot of books.
Like there's all kinds of things that are, the world's open to us. And it started as Presley getting ready to watch Ready Player One, because when we listened to the book, or when I listened to the book Ready Player One, I knew almost all of the references. I had seen all the movies and heard all the albums and sort of played all the games and do all the things he was talking about. And so I started saying, hey Presley, you should totally check this stuff out. Watch War Games, watch Heathers, watch all of these cool things. And so it was me dumping stuff on Presley to get her ready for Ready Player One. And then she was suggesting stuff back to me that she's really into. Oh, you should totally check this out. And this maybe reminds me of this thing. And it kind of, I think Heathers was probably the start of a lot of it, because I had her watch the movie Heathers to get ready for Ready Player One. And then she fell in love with the musical Heathers and had me listen to the soundtrack of the musical. And so we were sort of sharing back and forth. And that was a cool little dynamic of us talking about these different things.
Yeah.
And so...
and now I know Heather's better than he does.
Now she knows Heather's better than I do. And so we've been talking, like, we've done 3. We're shooting our 4th probably tonight. And so I'm doing Doki Doki Literature Club.
And
El Radio. I think it's, and I think he's French, oddly enough.
Yeah.
But so an album and a video game this time. And things that I had never heard of and didn't know anything about. And every once in a while we kind of cross paths and we know some stuff. But so we're building up, and we've really got a pretty good backlog, I think, of things that we're both thinking about for the other person to take a look at. But we want to open it up to you guys too, right?
You guys is.
You guys is too. Yeah.
That's a Cooper thing. But yeah, we wanted to ask you guys for suggestions for things to do on the podcast that you guys really love. If one of us share the fandom with you guys, then we will add it to
Sometimes it just reminds us, oh yeah, like especially for me, because I'm looking at things from like the 80s. Yeah. And so folks out there that are watching that are closer to my age,
y'all 80s,
or your parents, if you're closer to Presley's age,
Only
might remind me of something, and I'm like, oh yeah, we should totally throw that in there. Like 80s and 90s kind of stuff, we should absolutely do that. That's a great idea. And people that are closer to Presley's age,
my millennial and Gen Zers
should probably have. Well, but you're not a millennial, are you?
I'm a Gen Zer. I said millennials and Gen Zers.
All right. What did I call them the other day from the book that I read? The Minecrafters. Yeah, which I think is great.
What? No, say Minecraft.
All you Minecrafters can make recommendations.
What's up, Minecrafters? Welcome to my episode 90 of my Minecraft Let's Play.
So, that's exactly why. So, of the things that, you guys love that I may know nothing about, or Presley may not. Like, you're introducing Presley to stuff, and then she may fall in love with it, and then she may put it on my list.
Yes, that's exactly what happened with what I'm probably going to be doing in the near future. Be More Chill. One of my friends was like, you should listen to it, and then I listened to it, and immediately I was like, I'm gonna make my dad listen to this.
Cool.
Immediately after.
Yeah, so you guys have just always, when we've asked for advice, like the book thing is ridiculous, right? Because I think, like I was saying in the Patreon live stream yesterday? Was it yesterday?
Yeah,
Whenever
it was yesterday.
I think Presley got like 85 book recommendations for Bookmas, and Cooper got like 30 or 35 or something. Like it was really, you guys are amazing, and they're all really great recommendations. And even the books that we don't buy for Bookmas, for the 12 days of Bookmas, we will go back to that list throughout the year. I mean, we plow through a ton of books, and so we will go back to that list, and we will hit a ton of those books before next year rolls around. So thank you so much, and you guys are always so engaged and participating and making recommendations and things. We thought that this would be an excellent opportunity for you guys to throw some advice our way on the things we should throw into our queue, because we're really I'm enjoying the podcast.
Yeah,
like I'm having a lot of fun doing the podcast. And so I want to keep doing it, and so we want to have a nice trove of material built up that I don't know that we're going to run out anytime soon, because we have a lot of stuff, but you may say something, like I said, just reminds me of a thing that I should really have Presley do. I think, somebody mentioned, Presley's assignment that I'm going to give her when we do the podcast tonight is going to be Blade Runner, the original Blade Runner, because we need to watch the new Blade Runner. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to assign both,
Or just one?
Yeah, like I may say we need to watch both Blade Runners and talk about them back to back. And so we may do both of the Blade Runners.
Both Blade Runners.
Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I don't, like that came out of somebody's recommendation. And so it was in the back of my head, and then somebody mentioned it, and I was like, yeah, we should totally do that. Right?
Yeah.
So I think that kind of thing is going to be really helpful. And I think especially for Presley, for newer stuff, people are going to recommend things, you know, like people make some really good recommendations, like LGBT comics. Yes. Like I think, you know, High Five Fight Club, which I think changed its name.
Did it?
Yeah. I think it's called like Hardcore Hi-Fi or something like that. Like I think it's
changed.
I don't know if I don't know if I'm reading that right. Like I just saw like the author sent a tweet about somebody who said something about them changing the name, and I don't know if it's going to continue on. I need to look up and see what's going on with it, because the last issue should be out, but maybe it's going to carry on. So, but it's awesome. But like that would be perfect. Like when those 4 issues are out, like I don't know that an issue would be awesome, but maybe it might work. But doing like a 4-issue arc or something like that would be a perfect kind of thing for us to do.
Yeah.
So I may assign Presley, like at some point, for example, Planet Hulk.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's one of my favorite things, and I have the trade downstairs, and I really want her to read that, so I may have her do Planet Hulk at some time. So comic book arcs are certainly in game,
yes,
as the mooch would say.
And books, because books are amazing. Video games.
Yep.
Please assign video games, because that gives him an excuse to buy video games for me, and I like having video games to play.
Yep.
Video games, movies, TV shows. I'm probably gonna make him watch Food Network at one point, just because Food Network is good.
Good times.
And what else is there in the world? YouTube videos.
Yeah, definitely. YouTube
albums.
Videos.
If there's like.
Just about anything that kind of fits into the category of, you know, just like fandoms, sort of.
Yeah,
I guess.
generally.
Yeah, generally.
There's fandoms for some really weird things, so it could be anything.
Awesome.
Let us know.
Let us know. Yeah, that's the deal. So comment below. Let us know what we should put on our list, and like who should be the challenger.
Yeah.
And the challengee.
Challengee.
Or just say, yeah, you guys should check this out, and then we'll decide. One of us will check it out, and one of us will challenge the other to watch it.
Yeah, label it as millennial.
Yeah.
Or
Minecrafter. What I'm Gen X, right? I think I'm Gen X.
Are you?
I'm pretty sure I'm a Gen Xer. Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Not me.
So Gen X or Minecrafter.
Gen X.
Hashtag Minecrafter. Right? Okay, sweet. That's awesome. So give us some recommendations. We're looking forward to seeing what you guys throw out there, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Get us out of here.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more content like this, and let us know, obviously, what you think is great, which we just said, but I'm saying it again.
If you are watching the Validate Me thing on YouTube and enjoying it, then please take a second, if you can, to go to iTunes and give it a rating and a review and stuff like that.
Yes, that helps us a lot.
If you're watching it on YouTube and you're not liking it, don't do that.
If you don't like it, don't rate it.
Yeah, apparently that's super helpful for podcasts to get like some good feedback on iTunes.
So if you're not giving good
just
feedback,
go click the star thing or go leave a review.
If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. All right, thank you guys. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.